Hello everyone, this is Sarah here from Campus Rec. Thank you so much for joining me for today's hip opener yoga flow. We are going to mostly focus on opening up those hips, however we will also touch on those hamstrings, quads, and glutes. So just flow along with me at any time. It doesn't feel right, please sit back into child's pose or feel free to sit in a position longer or a shorter amount of time. So let's get ready to flow, relax, and just be one with our bodies. We're going to start in a seated position, planting your glutes, your hips down on the floor, crossing those legs, and those hands can come to your knees or to our heart center. And we're just going to come to our breath, become one with our body here. So slowly closing your eyes and rolling those shoulders back. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, release. Take that right hand to the heart. Feel the beating. Feel the life as we breathe in and out. Taking that left hand to the stomach. Feel the fill when you breathe in and the empty as you release. Closing your lips here, keeping the warmth within your body. Fill up and let it go. 2 more breaths here at your own time. Last one, breathe in, fill up. And exhale, release. Slowly take your hands to your sides and awaken, open those eyes. We're going to take 2 deep breaths here. So deep inhale, fill up, reaching through those fingertips. Exhale, release. 1 more time, inhale, fill up. Feel that upward pull, energy through your hands, and let it go. We're going to extend our left leg, right foot meeting into the center. And slowly, we're going to take our head near our knee. So we are hinging through the hips. You may feel good right here. If you want to extend, deepen further, take that right hand to the outside of the left foot and slowly fold. On every exhale, feel yourself lowering, deepening. On that inhale, find your posture, roll those shoulders back. One more deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, release. And inhale, slowly walk up into that seated position. We're going to take that right knee up into the ceiling. That right foot is against the left leg. And we're going to turn, rotating to the right side. My right leg hand planting behind my back and that left hand on the side of the right leg. Again here, inhale, fill up, find your posture. And exhale, deepen and slowly twist. Eyes over the right shoulder. That right arm is playing a role as a second backbone. Find stability here. One more deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, twist deeper, further. And on your next inhale, slowly coming back to center. Releasing, allowing that left knee to come into chest and extending the right. Left foot inside of that right leg. We're gonna go in to that single leg fold. Each side may feel differently here today, so taking it as it comes. Again, this might feel great, or to further extend and deepen, take that left hand on the outside of the right foot and start to fold. Head coming towards the knee, eyes on the leg. breathing, folding, and deepening. On that exhale, furthering that fold. On that inhale, coming together. One more deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, let it go. And inhale, slowly come up to center. Taking that left knee up, foot inside of that right leg, and this time we're gonna twist. Left arm becomes our backbone and right arm on the outside of the left leg. Twisting through the spine. Again, as you exhale, twisting further, deepening through that stretch. Eyes over the left shoulder. One more deep inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. And inhale, slowly come back to center. Planting both heels into the floor, knees towards the ceiling in a crunched position. We're gonna plant our hands and engage that core, belly button towards spine, lifting up into that Yogi Squat. Feel free to walk those feet out to the edge of your mat. And when you're ready, coming down into tabletop, wrists, elbows, shoulders in line, knees in line with hips. We can be on those toes or flip them, whatever feels right. Going in to our cat-cow here. Inhale, lower that stomach down toward the floor. Exhale, curling up into cat. Inhale, lower, drawing it in. Feeling that upward pull through the crown of your head. And exhale, lift. Chin towards chest. Feel free to go at your own pace here. We have 2 more of each. And when you're ready, coming back, meeting at tabletop. Balancing it out, feel free to adjust. And now taking your right foot, bringing it between both hands into low lunge, knee on the ground. Inhale, lifting that upper body, rolling those shoulders back, and engaging the core. Opening those fingers wide, allowing the energy to release. Ensuring that knees over ankle and we're opening up through the hip. Find your breath here. Driving that knee forward. One more deep inhale. And exhale, planting the hands down on the ground and flipping up the left toe into runner's lunge. Wrists, elbows, shoulders in line. That chest is open and tall. Feeling that pull through the crown of the head. Readying yourself, driving through that right heel, and inhale, breathe in and up into Crescent Lunge. Again, knee in line with ankle. Hips are engaged, those glutes are engaged. On your next inhale, fill up, and exhale, plant down that heel in to Warrior One. If it feels right, opening those hips a little more to find stability. Inhale, fill up, and exhale, turning that left heel and sitting down into Warrior Two. Focusing on engaging everything here, tucking the hips under as if you're releasing that bucket backwards. Wrists, elbows, shoulders in line of both hands, feeling that outward pull. Eyes can be looking behind the past, forward at the future, or in line with the present. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, release. Planting that right hand down towards the floor into extended angle. The focus here is the upward pull through those left fingertips. That right hand can tap the floor, or we can rest the forearm on the quad, avoiding the knee. And exhale, flipping down, both hands planted into the ground, again, into that runner's lunge. And when you're ready, pressing backwards into our first downward dog. Pedaling out those heels, opening up the hamstrings and calves. When we're ready, taking that left foot in between the hands, dropping the right knee back in to our low lunge. And rolling those shoulders back and opening up the chest and heart, wide and proud. That left knee in line with ankle, opening up that right hip. One more deep breath in here, fill up, feel that air filling in. And exhale, let it go, planting our hands to the ground and flipping up onto that right toe into our runner's lunge. Planting through our feet and our hands here. All stability, all grounded. And on your next inhale, reaching upwards into our crescent lunge. Find stability within those legs. You might feel a little shaky here. Again, you can open up those hips wider or just engage the core and hips more. On your next inhale, planting that heel to the floor into our warrior one. Left knee is still in line with ankle. On your next inhale, fill up and flip that right foot, sitting it back in to warrior two. Again, tucking the tailbone under and engaging all the hips, core, and pelvic area. Left and right arms aligned. Inhale, fill up, reaching towards the sky. Exhale, lower and extend down into extended angle. Focusing on the upward pull through the right fingers into the sky. Again, option to plant that left forearm on the quad. Inhale, feeling that upward pull more and more. And exhale, release, twisting, dropping down into our runner's lunge. And extending backward into downward dog. On your next inhale, reaching that right foot up towards the sky into our split downward dog. Hips aligned and square to the mat. As we exhale, drive that knee into chest. Wrist, elbows, shoulders in line, and exhale, press. Inhale, drive it in. Exhale, release. One more time on this one as you drive that knee in. Plant your foot on the outside of your right hand into our lizard pose. You can remain with that left knee lifted. I will drop it down to the floor. If you feel that opening here through the hips and your knee is in line with the ankle, you can stay standing or slowly bring that upper body down to the mat. Deepening and opening our hips further. Find your breath, connecting and driving through the forearms and right foot. Feel that energy release. When you're ready, planting back on to those hands And opening up the hip further, focusing on the outside of the hips, we are gonna flex our foot up and rotate the hip and knee out. You'll feel this opening on the outside. Again, you can stay planted here on the hands or slowly walk down onto those forearms, deepening further. Eyes in between the forearms if we're lowered, or between the hands if we're in our standard position. We have one more deep breath in here. Fill up and exhale, planting back onto those hands if you are not already. Flipping the foot back in to center. Unflipping that left foot and planting up. And exhale, extending back into split downward dog. Going into a variation here, we're going to bend our knee, that toe pointed. You can see it in between the left armpit. Eyes focused on the twist. If it feels right to hold that standard split, listen to your body. Slowly returning to center and driving your knee in to chest. Flipping that toe up to the edge of the mat and planting it down into our pigeon pose. If it feels right and you want to take that foot up, parallel to the front edge of the mat, please do so. If not, and those hips are not as open, just allowing that foot to rest in between that left leg. Grounding the hips towards the floor. We can remain upright or slowly walk our hands down. Again, folding, deepening the stretch, and opening up those hips and glutes here. Find your breath. Allow your stomach, your chest to fall onto that legs to further open the hips. Grounding and releasing our energy into the mat. Slowly on your next inhale, if you're not already, walking those hands halfway between our standing and laying position. And then slowly walking up to the upright position. Inhale, reaching. Energy releasing into the sky. And exhale, releasing, planting the hands in front, grounding through the palm and fingers. Flipping the left toe up and extending back into downward dog split and releasing to downward dog. Again, pedal out those feet if it feels right here. Swaying the hips, driving the heels towards the floor. We're gonna inhale to plank. Keeping those elbows close, feel free to drop to your knees down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, lifting the quads off the floor. And exhale, flipping back into downward dog. Repeating all the same onto the left foot this time. Inhale, lifting, split downward dog. Exhale, drive that knee into chest, hold. And exhale, releasing. Inhale, drive our knee in. Wrists, elbows, shoulders in line. Exhale, pressing back. This time as you drive that knee into chest, releasing that left foot beside the left hand on the outside of the mat. And dropping that right knee to floor. Back into our lizard pose. If this feels right, stay upright. If not, walking those hands down onto the mat, onto your forearms. And finding your breath. Knee in line with ankle, opening up that right side of the hip. One side may feel differently than the other. Just checking in and acknowledging where you are here today. If you're not already, slowly walking your hands onto the hands planted into the mat. We're going to deepen the outside further, so flexing your left foot and rotating outward onto the side of the foot and opening that hip further, feeling the stretch through the outside hip. Again, you can remain upright or begin lowering back down onto those forearms. Deepening further. Find your breath here. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. 2 more times at your own pace, connecting each and every breath. And on your next inhale, if you're not planting to the hands, pressing that foot back into the mat, up on the right toe and planting back into downward dog split. Again, we're going to go into that variation of bending the left knee, pointing the toe, and looking out under the right armpit. Hips square to the mat. When you're ready, returning to downward dog split and driving that knee into chest and lowering down into pigeon pose. Again, that foot can be parallel or in towards that right hip. You can remain upright or slowly begin to walk those hands down, folding our body onto the legs. Driving our hips towards the mat, really planting through it, opening up those hips and glutes. Find your breath and connecting. Feeling your forehead being pulled towards the mat. On the inhale, finding posture. On the exhale, deepening, folding further. One more deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, let it go. And if you're not already, walking those hands halfway, deepening through those hips, planting into the mat. And slowly planting to the top. Inhale, fill up. Upward pull, exhale, release. Planting those hands onto the mat, untucking the right toe, and driving down, downward dog split, and lowering to downward dog. Inhale, shifting into plank. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lifting those quads. Exhale, dropping back into downward facing dog. And when you're ready, we're gonna walk those toes in to meet the hands at the top of our mat into our first forward pull fold position. Slight bend in those knees, allowing those hands to touch opposite elbows into ragdoll. On your next inhale, soft bend in those knees, planting through the heels and swan dive up. Exhale, releasing hands to heart center into mountain pose. And then releasing our hands by the sides. Planting through those heels, grounding as if your feet are roots of trees. We are planted and feeling one with nature, one with ourselves. On your next inhale, we're gonna plant through that left foot, driving that right foot back into warrior one. Core tight, shoulders back, body open, left knee in line with ankle. Again, feel free to take those hips out wider if needed. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, dropping the right hand and arching with the left into reverse warrior. Upward pull and arching, releasing that energy. Inhale, returning to warrior one. Flipping that toe of the right foot, extending down into warrior two. Engaging the hips, tucking them under. Shoulders back and arms aligned. Inhale, fill up, reaching towards the sky. Exhale, release deeper into warrior two. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, release, deepening. Feeling those legs work. Finding stability. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release for the last time into warrior two. This time as you inhale, fill up. We're going to keep a soft bend in that left knee. Exhale down into triangle. Again, feeling the upward pull through the right fingers into the sky. Left hand on the inside of the left calf. If it feels right, planting on the quad, avoiding the knee. One more deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, release to warrior two, flipping the right toe forward into warrior one. And slowly walk our foot in, hands at heart, center, into mountain pose. Come back to your breath. And on your next inhale, planting the weight through the right heel, stepping our left foot back into warrior one. Right knee in line with ankle. If it feels right, deepening further here, as this is our second warrior one on this side. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, left hand behind the left leg and arching with the right. Feeling the upward pull towards the back wall. One more deep inhale, fill up. Exhale, release, and inhale, returning to warrior one. Repositioning. And when we're ready, flipping that left toe out and sitting it down and back into warrior two. Right knee in line with ankle, those hips tucked and that core tight. Engaging the shoulders, hands in line. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, release, deepening further. If you can, adjusting your feet to widen your step. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release. Last time here, inhale, fill up. Final warrior two. As deep as you can here today. Connecting, driving through that right heel. So we inhale, fill up this time, soft bend in that right knee, and exhale into triangle. Feeling that upward pull through the left fingertips and arching to the side. Again, that right hand can be inside or planted. One more deep breath in, fill up. And exhale, release. On your next inhale, shifting your weight into warrior two. Planting forward into warrior one. And slowly planting your weight onto that right heel and shifting back in to mountain pose. Allowing our feet to come to the outside edge of our mat. And as we exhale, shoulders back, the crown of the head in line with the hips. We're going to shift our weight downward into Yogi Squat. Elbows driving the knees out and driving the heels to the floor. If this doesn't feel right, take those hips out, those feet out a little wider. One more deep breath in, fill up. And exhale, release. We're gonna take our hands behind and lowering our glutes down to the floor. Feet grounded and knees to the sky. With that core engaged, we're gonna slowly lower down onto our backs, one vertebrae at a time, driving belly button towards spine, slowly releasing until that head is the last to follow onto the mat. Extending those legs out and then driving our knee into chest. We can remain here to open up those hips or to extend and deepen further, taking that right hand to the outside of the right foot into single leg happy baby. Our left leg extended and opening up that hip wide and stretching. Take 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale, fill up, feeling the rise of your stomach and chest. Exhale, release, let it go. One more time, inhale, fill up. And exhale, release. Taking that right foot in across the body and pulling your left knee in to meet. Lying pigeon. We're gonna take those hands either to your knee or to the outside of your leg or underneath, whatever feels right, and pull it close to deepen further. Feeling the opening of the hips and glutes. 2 more deep breaths here at your own pace. Final breath. And on your exhale, planting back, knees to chest, and release that right leg extended, left knee to chest. Again, you can remain here or take your left hand to the outside of the left foot into single leg happy baby. Find your breath, find that hip opening. Head planted, as well as shoulders, hips, and feet. One more deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, release. And take that left leg across, driving your right knee in to chest. Into that single leg pigeon, lying leg pigeon. Drive those hands either to your knee, the back, or into that shin, whatever feels right, or just remaining lying down. Again, one side may feel differently, acknowledging it. Becoming aware and assisting in that help. One more deep breath in, fill up. Exhale, release. Driving those knees to chest, awakening the spine, rotating, twisting. When you're ready, plant those heels together and lower down into that angle. Hands, right hand to heart, left hand to stomach, and come back to our breath for the final pose of the day. Feeling the rise as you fill up of the stomach and heart, of the chest. The release, the fall as you exhale. We are one. We are capable bodies. We are resilient and able to persevere through anything. Remove the barriers from yourself, as you're the only one that can build them. Acknowledge your strength. Acknowledge your mind and body's abilities. You are strong, you are resilient, and you are powerful. Taking a few more deep breaths here, feeling that rise. Releasing that fall. Begin to move those toes, those hands. When you're ready, planting through the heels. Driving our knees into chest and rocking a few times until we come into that forward seated position. Again, legs crossed, shoulders back. Check in with your breath, check in with your body. We're gonna take 2 deep breaths here. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, release it all. One more, deeper, stronger. Fill up. Exhale, release, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for coming. Namaste. Thank you again for joining me for today's hip opener yoga flow. Again, we really focused on stretching and opening up our hips and the rest of our lower body. If you did complete this workout, please tag us at NU Campus Rec on Instagram because we'd love to see what you're doing and how you found us. Have a great one, and I hope to see you again soon.